Inside the Magic, covering Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, and more. We know fun.
Inside the Magic, and I'm here.
This video is sponsored by our friends at WDW Magazine. Hello, this is Sean Spazzato with Inside the Magic, reporting to you from Disney's Hollywood Studios for this week's Inside Walt Disney World. Today is Thursday, August 9th, and I'm giving you guys a look at the Grumman Chinese Theater, what was once, of course, the Great Movie Ride. And today I'm starting off in Hollywood Studios just to give you guys a few updates from here, and then later today I'll be heading over to Magic Kingdom to talk about some coming events and also some events that just happened, in addition to a quick Tron update as well. So please sit back and relax and enjoy this look around Walt Disney World. And also, before I begin, I just want to say to those of you who may not have ever heard of Inside the Magic or are also just new to this channel, we are a one-stop shop for everything Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios Orlando, Universal Studios Hollywood. We are everything theme parks. And if this is something that interests you, please be sure to subscribe. We do Inside Walt Disney World, this series, every other week. And then on opposite weeks, we go to Disneyland with our reporter, Mike Celestino, who currently resides on the West Coast. So if you could, please subscribe. And also be sure to enable our notifications as well, because you definitely do not want to miss any of our new videos. Because I promise, if you are someone who loves theme parks, you will love every single one of our videos. So for my first stop, I'm actually in the parking lot of Disney's Hollywood Studios. I had to make my way back outside to give you guys a look at the new Disney Skyliner. Now, for those of you who don't really know what this is, it's this new sky gondola system coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios and also a few other resorts here in Walt Disney World. Now, I know I did some updates on this a few weeks ago, but today there's just been so much construction happening, specifically on this platform here. So I figured I would come back and talk to you guys about it again, just so you guys can see that scaffolding is up and these men are hard at work to get this new transportation system done. Now, or at least this platform. But I believe as part of the last time I was here, this fence was not up. And of course, this platform was not as constructed as it is in this video. Now today it does seem that construction is probably a little bit more intense, so that's probably why they're keeping people out of this area, just for normal liability reasons. But yeah, it's definitely coming along. Now, I will say it has not been announced by Disney when this is supposed to be completed, or even operational for that matter. The only thing announced by Disney is that in total, this whole system is going to contain 6 whole stations and then 3 lines linking Disney's Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and the Caribbean Beach Resort, and also the lakeside area between Pop Century and the Art of Animation Resort. So in total, that is a lot of construction. For the most part, as you can see as I pan around, they already have the suspension towers in place, to carry the gondola system around Walt Disney World. But besides that, there is a lot left to be done. And for those of you who have not been to Disney World, I will say, though, in their defense, these suspension towers can be found everywhere around, like everywhere that they're supposed to be, of course. That seems to be completed. But I will say there is still probably a lot left to be done, specifically with these platforms, with getting them complete in order to make this whole system operational. For my next stop, you can probably tell I am in Toy Story Land here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, but as I pan around, you can probably get the hint of what I'm actually here to talk about, which is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now, I must say it has been a little bit since I've done an update on this area, but it's mostly because I haven't really been able to see too much into this area for a while, especially since they put up that wall in Pixar Place which was another access point for me to get views inside this area. But as you can see, this new 14-acre expansion is definitely coming along. In fact, if you even look in just this area that I'm showing you, you can already see the top of the first spaceship installed in this area. Now this only happened about a week ago, and the shot I'm showing you, now of course it is not the full spaceship, it is kind of just the top wing of it, but I promise it is in fact in this land, which is very exciting. Now, this area is definitely coming a long way, but I will say besides this, addition of this spaceship, there really hasn't been too much else going on. More so just the idea of them kind of working on the construction that's already been in this area. But yeah, I have to say, I think in the last update I did talk about how at Star Wars Galactic Nights, it was announced the name of the village of this area, and in fact the name of the village is Black Spire Outpost, and this was revealed during this event at Hollywood Studios. And in fact, also that night, what was revealed, which I don't know if I talked about, but it was the story by Disney of this area, and that in this area you'll find traders, adventurers, and smugglers all traveling around the outer rim and the wild space, and that this land is off of the beaten path, and it's full of the galaxy's most colorful and notorious characters. And it's funny, I want to add before I continue that you can kind of see the spires in this video as well. Those are the large, tall, they almost look like rock-like structures, and they're very thin. Those are, in fact, the spires. And well, anyway, it is said by Disney that these were once towering ancient trees that are now petrified, and they stand guard across the river valleys and plains, and they have long captured the imagination of travelers to this planet. And to the first settlers, these petrified spires became more than just landmarks, but in fact they actually became the heart of the outpost itself. So I have to say, looking at this area alone, I'm so excited to see how this is going to come along over the next year. Now, of course, it is a year away, but just looking at it today, they are definitely working very hard to meet this announced opening time. And so yeah, just please keep checking back with us as I continue to do this series. I will continue visiting this area to give you guys more and more updates as new pieces of this massive intergalactic puzzle are installed. But today, of course, I did just want to give you a quick update of this new spaceship that has been added to this area, and also just another look at its current state along its process of being completed. As you can tell, I'm no longer at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and in fact, I've just gotten off the monorail at Magic Kingdom. And for this stop, I want to show you guys this sign that has just been put up in celebration of the coming Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which at this point is really, I think, only days away. In fact, I think it's a week away from today. But for those of you who don't actually know what this is, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a special nighttime party event put on by Magic Kingdom every year to celebrate Halloween. Now, it is not like Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. It's not scary. It's a family-friendly event that is very happy and cheery, and it celebrates the fun and nicer parts of Halloween and not so much the scariness of it. And this event includes a special fireworks show, the Happy Hallowishes. It includes the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular stage show, which includes characters from the Hocus Pocus film, I must add. It also includes the Boo to You Halloween Parade and just a bunch of fun things. And guests are encouraged to dress up in their favorite costumes and go trick-or-treating throughout the entire park. Even the characters dress up for this special event in special Halloween costumes. I mean, this really is just a fun event for everyone. And now I must say, though, for all you annual pass holders out there or anyone coming to visit Walt Disney World, this is a specially ticketed event. So you do have to purchase a special ticket for admission to this event, and the ticket prices range $75 to $109 per person, and the price increases to the $109 price point as Halloween approaches. So if you are interested in this event, I would definitely recommend visiting the website soon, or even just visit our website at insidethemagic.net. We have some information on this on our website as well. But yeah, I mean, the event, it's starting August 17th, and it's running until October 31st, Halloween. So Yeah, be sure to check it out. I mean, I personally got to experience this for the first time last year, and it was such a fun and sweet event. And the parades are amazing. The Hocus Pocus show is incredible, and I definitely recommend it for everyone who's curious or interested. And if you guys actually want to check out even more information about it as well, and in addition to just our website, our YouTube channel also has videos from last year's event, so definitely be sure to check that out. So for this next topic, I want to discuss V.I.Passholder Nights, which, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's this new exclusive way for guests to enjoy some extra time in the theme parks. And it was essentially 3 events that were being held by Walt Disney World for Platinum, Platinum Plus, Premier, and Gold annual pass holders. And ultimately, it's where these guests get an extra 2 hours in the park only for themselves without regular guests. And as part of this, guests get to experience all the popular attractions, the character meet and greets, and everything that really goes along with visiting the park on a normal day. And Magic Kingdom is not the only one to have had one of these events, as Epcot will be hosting 2 of these special nights, one tonight and then another one on Thursday the 25th. And of course, similar to Magic Kingdom's, it's an additional 2 hours as well. And I will say I personally got to attend Magic Kingdom's event this past Sunday, and it was from 10 p.m. till 12 a.m. And I will say it was a fun time. The lines weren't incredibly short, and fast passes were not available for the event, but it was a nice thing for higher tier pass holders to experience. The lines, they were shorter, they were still there. I think some of the wait times that I personally experienced were 20 minutes for the Haunted Mansion, and I think 25 minutes for Thunder Mountain. Now, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I believe that was over 60 minutes, so me and my friends, we did end up skipping that attraction. But overall, the wait times were lesser than if you were to spend a normal day at the park. Now, of course, obviously, it would be nicer if it was for even just 3 hours instead of 2, and if they would have maybe had more dates with lesser people at each event, I think that also would have helped a lot to make this a little bit more better of an experience. But I will say, this is a different direction for Disney, and I'm curious to see in the future if they do similar events for the higher tier pass holders. Now, for those of you who didn't hear about this was a first come, first served basis, so you kind of just had to sign up for it the second the email came out, in your inbox. It was stated that this was a limited capacity event. Now, how limited, that was not announced. There were definitely less people in the park, but how less, I'm not sure of. As of current, I do think the coming events for tonight and Thursdays are full. So unfortunately, you can no longer sign up for these events. But I will say going forward, if I do hear of any more of these events, I will definitely be sure to announce them here. I know we did make a post about it on our website on insidethemagic.net, but ultimately, it's up to us. Just keep checking our inboxes for these special experiences when they come through. You kind of just have to sign up for them the second they become available. But yeah, this was definitely an interesting experience, and I'm curious to see how tonight's event and Thursday the 25th event goes at Epcot. Before I make another stop of another update here in Magic Kingdom, I just want to have some fun. So why don't we go on Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid?
I've been working too hard sorting Ariel's human stuff. This is a great tape. And speaking of tails, Ariel traded hers in for a pair of, the way it calls, those human thingies that make you not a fish. Legs. That's what this story's all about. Hey, where you been? I'm waiting for you. Oh, this is such a great story about how Ariel is in love with that Ursula. Oh, she's so neat.
Since it is happy as off through the waves they roll. And the fish on the land gets happy, and the sand goes the Indian pool. See, we off the hook, we got no troubles. Life is the bubbles under the sea, under the sea. Since life is swinging, we got to be the
Wants to live happily ever after with
Raises glossitis and max laryngitis, the culture to leave.
I believe has there been a nest here?
like the boy to shine on a listening girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, in that side, in the shade to rise.
I'm not such a word right after all. Oh, Jesus. What's the word?
It was so good to see you.
I am now in Fantasyland to give you guys a look at an attraction that I keep updating you guys on just because it is so iconic to Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And it's also an attraction that I love so much here at Magic Kingdom. But it is Prince Charming Regal Carousel, which has been going under refurbishment for a while now. And I know the last time I was here, the attraction was actually down and you could no longer see the carousel. It was just completely covered by a special tarp that covered the entire attraction. And well, today I'm so happy to announce that the attraction is back up and running, and you can see guests are currently riding the attraction now. And you know, of course, you can also probably tell that the attraction is still technically undergoing some refurbishment on the outside, as you know, the tarp is still wrapped around the upper exterior of this attraction. But I will, of course, continue to come back and keep you guys updated. Hopefully, it should be finished soon, I'd like to think, as, you know, it's been going on for a while now. And it's even crazier that the attraction was down these past few weeks, and then it was brought back up again. And that also kind of makes me think that they're making some quick progress with the attraction. But of course, I will continue to just keep checking back. And so, of course, please be sure to keep checking out this Inside Walt Disney World series to continue getting those updates. For my next stop, I'm over by the Barnstormer right next to the Walt Disney World Railroad to kind of give you guys as much of an update as I possibly can. As you can probably tell, you can't really see too much right now with all these bushes in the way, but I wanted to give you guys just another update of the new Tron themed coaster style attraction coming to Tomorrowland here in Magic Kingdom. Now, obviously you can't see too much, but so far there has been some more land clearing in this area, and as of yet, though, not too much is underway. Now, of course, you can't really see the construction because I really can't show you too much of it. But I can tell you from what I can see, not too much construction has been happening over in this area. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this was announced that a Tron-themed ride would be coming here to Magic Kingdom, and it was to be patterned after Shanghai Disneyland's Tron Light Cycle Power Run. And it would be running throughout this entire land adjacent to Space Mountain. Now, not too much has been going on in this area other than just the land clearing. They're kind of, I guess, taking their time with this attraction, which is understandable as it isn't supposed to be really done until 2021, just in time for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. But I did, of course, want to give you guys an update. I know I came here a few episodes ago to give you guys an update back then, and unfortunately there just hasn't been much going on in this area. I think there's so much other construction going on around the resort that this Tron area is just, unfortunately, on the back of the things to do. But of course, as more updates come to this area, or really if anything even just happens in this area, I will definitely be sure to give you guys an update and a look at it. But as of current, this is the current status of the Tron themed coaster coming here to Disney's Magic Kingdom. One last thing I want to talk about in addition to Tron is this Minnie's Sweet White Chocolate Chunk Cookie. Now, for those of you who don't know, these cookies can be found all around Walt Disney World and Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom as well. and they are these sweet little treats that I enjoy so much. They are these little chunky chocolate cookies. They've got raspberry in them, they've got chocolate chip, they've got white chocolate, they've got everything, and there's different flavors of them, and they are just something that I enjoy so much here at the Walt Disney World parks. I usually get one every time I come to the parks. It's kind of just this, I guess, just like this sweet little treat for me. You do get discounts on these for being an annual pass holder, depending upon where you actually purchase them. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to this little treat that I enjoy so much because it really is so delicious. I actually chop them in half and I heat them up in my microwave when I get them home because they are so good. And when you heat them up, though, it makes them taste even better, I promise. But for those of you looking for something sweet to bring home with you, you know, that little extra magic to take home from Walt Disney World on your next trip, be sure to look out for these treats because you can find them all around Walt Disney World, and they are so delicious. And they only go for a little over $3 with your annual pass discount, which I believe is a great deal for something so big and so sweet. So as you can probably tell, I am now back outside of Magic Kingdom to wrap up this week's Inside Walt Disney World. But before I go, I just want to thank you guys again for joining me on my journey today around Disney's Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. Now, if you could, please comment below your thoughts on today's subject matter. You know, who's excited for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Who cannot wait to ride the Disney Skyliner? Did anyone else get to experience the V.I.Passholder Nights at Magic Kingdom? If so, what were your thoughts on the event? Who cannot wait for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? Also, if you could, please be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and also be sure to enable our notifications so you guys get to see all of our future videos. Now, we will not be doing this series next week, but next week we will be on the West Coast with our reporter Mike Celestino for our Inside Disneyland series, so be sure to check that out as well. And then the week after, we will be back here on the East Coast for another Inside Walt Disney World. Now, for Inside the Magic, I'm Sean Spazzato. See you guys next time.